Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to the Ask Me About DT podcast. Yes, we have been away for a while. Life happens, and sometimes there are challenges that prevent us from, continuing what we started. So it is now 2024. That's unbelievable. That's amazing. We are on the dawn of a fresh new year. And with that comes usually the New Year's resolutions. So one of my New Year's resolutions this year is to make sure that I continue to provide you with content regarding pelvic floor health and lymphedema as well, so that you can be aware of the different conditions that might affect that area and also the treatment options that are available. Because going into 2024, I don't want us to be in the dark anymore. There is so much that can be done for so many conditions that people are walking around with and thinking, oh my gosh, there's just nothing I can do. And this is something that I have to live with. So I am doing the podcast. I also started a YouTube channel. So thank you guys for it's the YouTube channel is it's not Ask Me About DT. It is DTPT Wellness. And thank you guys who have been supporting the YouTube channel so far. You've given me really great feedback, and I'm still learning. I'm not a big social media person yet, so I'm still learning, and I have committed to, again, making sure that I am consistent with presenting content there as well. So hold me to it. I am supposed to produce at least one piece of content for YouTube every week. I haven't determined for the podcast yet, so give me a little grace on the podcast, but I wanted to start off the new year fresh and with intention. And so this is our first podcast for the new year. The beautiful thing about New Year's is that we stop and we take the time to reflect on the year past, and we think about and make plans and goals for the year ahead. Why I think that is so beautiful is because many times throughout the year, we don't have that opportunity or we don't take that opportunity. But at New Year's, we stop and we take the time. And that is something that is sometimes rare in our life. So I've been reflecting on the events of the past year and my goals and truly where I want to see myself in the future, career-wise, family-wise, health-wise, mentally and spiritually. And I have come up on 5 things that I've been reflecting on pretty significantly. Now, I wouldn't say that these are your typical New Year's resolutions, but I think they are the foundation for really to be successful. In any goal that anybody will make or any resolution that anyone will make, I think these 5 things would be really foundational to kind of help you through life. So these are the things that I'm taking into the new year, and I hope that they're also beneficial for you. The first thing that I've been reflecting on is gratefulness. I am so thankful for all of the clients that I've been able to work with this year, in this past year, and all of the supporters, and especially, friends and family and strangers who have been really giving me encouragement in my venture into social media. So I've been getting a lot of really good feedback on my YouTube channel. And when I did start the podcast, I also got a lot of really good feedback on the podcast. So I'm looking forward for that continuing. I'd like to take a moment to give a shout out to my social media and IT team. And really, those are just friends and family who are more versed in this whole process of social media, and usually the ones who are much younger than me, because I tend to have not really gotten into social media very much, but it is a wonderful vehicle and platform that can really get the message out there. And so I am trying my best. Y'all, be patient with me. I'm still learning this process. It's a beautiful journey, but I am enjoying learning how to use social media. I've even kind of ventured into TikTok and Instagram. Don't look for me there yet. But I'm expanding my horizons and really appreciating what I am learning and experiencing so far. I am so grateful for the opportunity to be able to serve you guys in this capacity, I say over the last year with my venture into social media, I have actually gotten quite a few referrals. And I am so pleased and so happy that I've been able to assist people and that you guys have entrusted me with your care and have actually referred me to other friends and family, and they've contacted me. And even if it's just for a consultation, because I do provide free consultations, because I really want people to know more about this area, and it truly can be beneficial for many people throughout different walks of life. It's not just for women, it's both men and women and for children. So we all have pelvic floors, and throughout life, some of us run into a little bit of difficulty or dysfunction, and we don't just normally know who to talk to or where to go for help. So I truly want to be that resource for you guys in 2024 and beyond, and share with you as much as I can about pelvic floor health and pelvic floor issues, and also the beautiful way about how our pelvic floor and our core really work so that we can better learn how to use our bodies and also better appreciate them. All right, back to the resolutions. The second thing that has really been on my mind and that I've taken as a resolution is consistency. And that's a big one for you guys. I've taken on this thing about consistency because, like I said, I'm so passionate about sharing this information, and I need to be consistent with presenting content for you so that you will be informed, and I'll be able to share more information with you. So I have put myself to a challenge to provide content on a weekly basis on my YouTube channel. And like I said, I haven't quite determined the podcast yet, but as I get into the flow, I think I'd be able to do just about the same thing, because whatever I share on YouTube, I will try to share pretty much the same topic on the podcast for those of you who prefer listening than to watching videos. I kind of have not necessarily a preference, but there's some times where I just want to listen, and there are other times where I do want that visual input. So I will try my best to provide content that is meaningful and educational, and I will make sure that I am doing that on a weekly basis for you. So how do you build consistency? The thing about us as humans, we like to go big or go home. And one of the things about New Year's resolutions, I looked up the statistics, and it said within 3 months of the new year, it said like 22% of people maintain their New Year's resolution past 3 months. So that means about 78% of people by March have given up on their New Year's resolution. And I think what causes a lot of that is we think big. And so we set this huge goal, and unfortunately with our instant life or instant concept now, we expect everything to happen right now. But progress truly takes time. And so one of the ways that we can be consistent is to really start small. Set goals that can have a short-term and a long-term component, and really set realistic timelines. If you are working on health and fitness, it is a lifetime change. So really, it's not going to be 30 days to the best abs. It's, 30 days to get started and to get to learn to know your body, and really spending the rest of the year truly sculpting and committing to a new habit of fitness and nutrition and self-love. So consistency is key, and consistency over a long time is really what will get us to where we need to when we have little goals. So I am being gentle on myself. I am setting little goals that I know that I can reasonably accomplish. And the other thing, set a goal that might be just a little less than what you think you need to do. And you know what? Our spirit thrives on being accomplished. So if you set a small goal and you accomplish it, it'll motivate you to go to the next level. But if you set a goal that is way too high and you have a hard time meeting it, that sometimes kind of decreases your motivation. So really give yourself bite-sized goals, complete them one by one, and that'll build a momentum for you to go forward. Number 3 on this list is very important, and listen carefully. Number 3 resolution is self-love and self-care. Yes, we all say it, but some of us really don't do it, especially those of us who are just naturally caregivers or who by profession are service oriented. We gladly give to others, but we have a really hard time receiving for ourselves, to the point where we tend to neglect ourselves. And yes, you know who you are. And it's true, it's like when you are a giver, sometimes you feel like, oh no, like somebody thanks you and you're like, oh no, it's nothing. Or they give you something. You're like, oh no, I don't need it. But we as givers need to learn how to receive, because there's a quote that says, you cannot keep giving from an empty cup, or you cannot pour from an empty pitcher. And so one of the things as givers, we have to learn how to receive, because that is how we replenish ourselves. And that is how we have more than enough to continue to give. We give from the overflow of what we have. But what happens a lot of times is we get burnt out and we get frustrated, not realizing that we haven't been replenishing ourselves. And so it's really important for us to love ourselves and do self-care, and to remember that self-care is not selfish. And once you take care of yourself, you can more than abundantly take care of others. So this might look like spending a little bit of time just for yourself. It's not necessarily pampering yourself, but that's also one of the things. That's been one of my struggles. And I've started doing that because I'm like, I'm not a girly girl, I'm not doing girly girl stuff. But taking care of your hair and nails and doing a facial and having your nails done and having a foot massage, oh my God, that stuff feels really good. So I'm turning into a girly girl because my body, I do physical work. I'm a physical therapist. I demand things from my body every day. And so it's important that I take the time to nourish it. And in the same way that I find things on people that are tense and that need just to be relaxed and pampered, I need the same thing. So I am now starting to do self-care in that way, but also mental self-care. Stopping and taking the time to really reflect on who we are and what we want out of life. A lot of times, like I say, we kind of just go day to day, hustle and bustle, and not really nurture what we need instinctively. And we need to stop and kind of reflect and see what our bodies are asking for, see what our minds are asking for. And if you are moving through life and you're feeling uncomfortable or irritated, you really need to stop and take the time to assess that. Some of us may need professional help. It's beautiful. So yes, I've been also doing some counseling and therapy for myself. And it really is beautiful because sometimes we sit and we talk to ourselves, but we think in a certain way that we will always almost come to the same conclusion. But once you have to speak with somebody else, it kind of helps you to straighten everything out and look at your opinions and what you believe in a different way, because you have to verbalize it to someone else. So that helps you to really gain a new perspective on yourself. So therapists and counselors, they're not there to tell you any solutions. They're there to help you kind of figure things out and see things from a different perspective, but it's all you. And so, be willing to seek professional counseling, or start off with a self-care book. There is so much out there in terms of literature, and there's so many videos out there that can really just kind of start helping you to see yourself a little bit differently and love yourself a little bit more, because there's so many of us that really have lost that aspect of self-love, and it is very key for our success. Number 4 on my resolution high priority things for 2024 is the concept of boldness. And in that, I mean confidence, braveness, believing in yourself, whatever you want to call it. I don't mean in a showy and pushy way, but just simply believing in yourself, believing in your dreams and goals that you have carried for years. I personally have had goals and dreams for years that I have never really had the confidence to pursue. And I think that now I'm at a point in my life where I'm ready to be bold and pursue them. One of those things that I've always wanted is to be a teacher. And I think using the medium of social media, the podcast and YouTube, I am now fulfilling that goal of being a teacher and, dare I say, an influencer. So I'm claiming it. I'm claiming that influencer status because, like I said, I've always wanted to share. That's always been one of my passions, to share with people and to help people. And so I'm very thankful for this opportunity. I did not directly become a teacher, but within my job as a physical therapist, there's a very big component of teaching and sharing and education. So it is pretty fulfilling in that way. And then now I have these other media where I can share and kind of fulfill that role of, let's say, teacher or educator. So I really love that. And for you, like I said, each of us have goals and dreams that we just have never really had the confidence or been brave enough to step forward. But something happens on the New Year. It's like we are like in go mode. We see everything and we are ready to rock and roll. So whatever dreams and desires that you have long held within you and never pursued, dust one of them off, put them up on your vision board and set some steps to get to it. Go after it. Just step forward and be bold. Believe in yourself even when no one else does. Your truth comes from within. So whether you believe you can or you believe you cannot, you are correct. I think that's a quote by Henry Ford. So even when the people around you who love and support you, sometimes they don't understand your goals. They don't understand your journey. So you have to have faith within yourself. Set your goals, step out on faith. And of course, I don't mean step out on blind faith. You need to seek the knowledge and resources and support that you need to help you to achieve these goals. So in 2024 and beyond, I would love to be one of your resources for pelvic floor and abdominal pelvic health issues. So if that's an area that you're challenged in, be sure to reach out and learn as much as you can so that you can help yourself in that area and in other areas of your life. So that fifth and final resolution for 2024 is giving yourself grace, giving myself grace. And by that, I mean kindness, patience, and forgiveness. Both for yourself and for others, but especially for yourself. What has happened in the past is past. There's nothing that we can do to change it. We have to give ourselves grace and forgiveness for the past. The only thing that we have control over is ourselves, and the only thing that we can change is the way we think in the present, what we do, and also how we will guide ourselves for the future. So set yourself goals for the place that you want to see yourself and the person that you want to be, and then work towards those goals. Now, it's not a straight route. It's never a straight route. There are always detours, and we should come to expect that. That's just life. At least with setting goals and putting a plan in place, you have an idea of where you're going and some idea of how you're going to get there. Just keep moving forward. Set the goals, set your expectation, and you will get there quicker than you can even realize. Now, it is the beginning of the new year, and we have this new mindset as we start out. So it is now 2024. There was a fabulous fireworks display just now. It was awesome, bringing in the new year with a bang. So as the clock has counted down and we are ready to implement these goals and resolutions, let's remember these things. Always be grateful. Be consistent. Love and care for yourself first. Be bold and give yourself grace and kindness. So until next time, love yourself, love others, and always bring kindness to the world. This is Nadia Mills, your favorite pelvic floor physical therapist, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.